Hi, Leo. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-September 2023 love reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridge the Gap spread. And the way it works is look at the past, present, and future energies between you and the main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight. And that's where the Bridge the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards, and left is your energy, and the cards, and right is the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your personal situation, definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Alright, past energy on your side, we have innocence. So to me, this says that in the past you came into this connection looking for something brand new, right? So I feel like this is saying that you were clear of your past, right? Maybe you took some time away from connections altogether, but it looks like when it came to this connection, you were ready for a fresh start, clean slate. All right, past energy on their side, we have the Five of Cups. So quite the contrast. It looks like this person might have been going through relationship issues in the past. Now, I don't know if it's directly necessarily related to you. I would say the only way would be, looking at the card on your side, would be if maybe, for example, they were involved with someone else when you came onto the scene, then maybe that could have been the dynamic at play there. But for the majority of you, I feel like this is just something that they were already dealing with in the past when you guys crossed paths. Right, present energy on your side, we have the Five of Arrows. So this is actually an Aquarius energy here. And to me, this says that there might have been some wounding that you might have still been holding on to that you're not necessarily aware of. And that could actually cause things to derail within the connection. Because what always stands out to me there is we see she's holding on to the three arrows, which makes you think of the Three of Arrows or the Three of Swords energy. And then we see this angelic figure. It looks like they're leaving the scene, right? So to me, it could just be one of those things where maybe if you have a bad habit that you might be a bit unaware of, that could be coming to play right now in the present, and that could be causing issues within the connection. All right. And present energy on their side, we have the King of Wands reversed. So this is actually the court card for Leo. So for some of you, might resonate more with the energy on the right here, but if not that, could just be saying a couple different things. Now, if we look at it in the upright, their body language and facial expression seem like they're not the type to actually put a lot of effort into something, right? It looks like they might just expect things to come to them. So with that in the reverse, maybe that could be a bit more of a positive, saying that they might be coming out of that energy. But if not that, it could just be saying with this in reverse, that could be how they're viewing you, right? Depending on exactly how you're coming across with that Five of Arrows energy. So it could just be one of those things where they might be a little bit resistant to that, especially if they might feel like they already came out of some chaos within their relationships in the past. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Seven of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here. And to me, if we look at the artwork here, we see it looks like she's kind of staring off in the distance, but we see a figure that looks like they might not even physically be in the same space as her, but they seem to be on her mind, right? So it could just be one of those things where, like I said, it could just be you have a bit of a blind spot when it comes to maybe some wounding from your past that still might come up to the surface within relationships. And now there could be some confusion around that, right? If they're now guarded toward you, like, okay, I'm not sure if I want to go any further with Leo within this connection, you might have some confusion as to why you might feel like that type of cycle repeats for you. So, and maybe this was something that you guys have been working through with the Venus retrograde that you guys had recently, and we're just about to wrap up Mercury retrograde as well. So a lot of those energies could have just been bringing these things to the surface for you to look at. So I don't think this is going to be the case for many of you, but let's just use this as a generic example, right? Given that we see innocence in that past position, let's say that this was a bit of a naive attitude to where you might have met this person, had an attraction to them, and they might have been otherwise involved, right? But you might have just assumed that they were open and available, right? And then when you find out that they are in a connection, you might have taken it very personally, right? But then, like, the reality there would be, well, Did you even find out if they were otherwise involved, right? Or did you just make the assumption that they weren't and then end up disappointed by that, Again, like I said, that'd be for a very small percentage of you, but that's one generic way the energy could be playing out, and then you learning from that process. Future energy on their side, we have the Six of Swords. So this is a good indicator here. This is Aquarius energy as well, similar to what you had in the present, but here we see a much more positive energy as far as we see the two people. It looks like they're trying to genuinely connect, right? We see it looks like they're holding hands. So it could just be one of those things where you might actually let go of their stubbornness, which, like I said, to be fair, looks like they might have had some of that going on as well, and actually make a genuine effort to connect and get to know you in the future. All right, bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Two of Staves. So this is actually Aries energy here. And yeah, again, I feel like this is kind of calling back to what I was saying with the innocence, where you guys just might have this desire for something new. And for some of you might feel this energy coming back up to the surface around the time of the Aries full moon, which will be toward the end of September. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Star card. So, to me, if we look at the artwork here, we see the compass and then we see the two shadows, right? So to me, this says that this person might have an awareness that the two of you might have still had your own separate healing to go through, right? But at the same time, they might have the desire to actually go through that process together with you. So that could be why we're seeing that open energy on their part in the future. And this is Aquarius energy as well. So yeah, some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius possibly, but that's also your house of relationships, so it could just be pointing to the potential for the connection in the long run as well. All right, so moving on to your Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages Love Oracle cards deck. Just looking for a single card here. All right, and next we'll see what we get from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation, we'll just pull one card from this deck as well. We'll read the messages from both cards and wrap up the reading with those. All right, and that didn't want to go back in the deck, so let's see. First, we'll see what we got from Messages Love. All right, we have Passion. It says, try something you've never done before. So, interesting message there, right? Because what stands out to me with that was what I was saying as far as you might find yourself in this repetitive cycle and have a little bit of confusion of why that might be taking place. But the interesting thing there was in the past, it looks like you were open and ready for something completely new, right? So that could be where it comes as a bit of a surprise to you, where you might feel like, okay, I have this fresh start here, but then you might find yourself repeating certain patterns. But we'll see what the Wisdom Oracle card adds to the mix. All right, we have Come to the Edge. So to me, this artwork and that card name reminds me of the Fool energy as well, and then Passion. So interesting. We'll see what this adds to the overall message. Okay, the relationship message says it's scary to be truly intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts that you've kept hidden and protected. Now is the time to take that risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You'll be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step toward the gods and they will deliver what you truly desire. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, right? And like I said, for some of you, let's say, going back to this theme that I mentioned, that might apply for a small group if you, like, let's say if this was a jealousy thing, right? Like if this person was otherwise involved and you were jealous because you were attracted to them, right? It might have come out in an unhealthy way, things along those lines, right? But yeah, like I said, it looks like there's some room for growth. And to be fair, like I said, it looks like this person might be growing through the situation as well, and they might view that as a positive and view you as the person to go through those types of experiences with. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.